Hello everybody, this is just a quick video about how to set up your Worcester boiler now that the winter months have arrived and it's getting colder and colder in the UK, London, but also around Europe and the world. There are parts that are getting cold and it's time to switch on the heating because we've had some warm winter months, let's say, at about unusual 14-15 degrees, which we don't usually get in November, but you know, we're not complaining. Now that the temperatures have dropped, we've come back to this thing. We need to turn this on. It's going to spend us some money, but obviously we got to keep warm. So some people have been asking me, oh, how do I set up my boiler? Why is my heating not coming on? Why is my hot water not coming on? Well, guys, I've done this quick video to show you that it can all be controlled from here. So if you have a similar boiler or something else that's Worcester, a newer version or an older version, it can all be controlled from this place here. It might be a little bit different, but it all gets, you can all control it from here. So what it is basically, this is the heating. So so this is where you decide basically if you want how hot you want the radiators to be. So if you want them to be a bit colder, you just press the button that goes down on the temperature degrees or that goes up. I usually leave it at about 65 degrees, which is not burning hot. So you know, when you put your, especially if you have like little kids and they put their hands on it, you don't want them to burn their hands. So 65, between 55 and 65 I think is normal and it's fine, and you won't have any of that happening. The same goes for the hot water. It's just the buttons over here. You can see the symbols. It's pretty straightforward. You can put the temperature down or the temperature up. I leave it at 55 so it doesn't go boiling hot. And also one other important things to remember is for the heaters is to leave this arrow, the pressure, at on the green bit. So you don't want it on the red bit at the beginning. That's very low, and you don't want it very high either. For those of you who the pressure has dropped and the boiler is not turning on or not heating up the radiators or the hot water, you need to put the pressure up basically where my arrow is showing. So you don't want it too high up on the green or too low down, just above the first green, between the second and the third, I would say. So in order to move that up or down, for my boiler, it might be a bit different to yours. But for mine, for example, if you have a similar to mine, you have a little knob over here. So if you open this up, it will drop the pressure down over here on the arrow. And then the arrow will start moving. As soon as the arrow hits the position where you want it to be, where I said just above the first green level, then you turn this knob back to the position where it was at the beginning. And that one will stay at that level and it won't move. So that's how you move the pressure, guys. Up or down. So I don't currently need to, so I'm not going to move that, otherwise it'll go too high up and I'll have issues. And that's it, guys. Also remember one more thing: if you've set all of this up and it looks fine, and then you go to the radiators and then they're still not turning on, then I would suggest bleeding them. So I will show you how to bleed the radiators. I don't have the actual key to do it, but I will show you where to go on the radiator and how to do it. So now that we've fixed the temperature on the boiler for the heaters and the hot water, and you're still not getting a hot radiator after you've left the heating on for some time, I would suggest coming up to the radiator itself, turn this to the maximum, and then check. If it's still not turning on, then what it is that on the side over here, it's got this, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got that little head there. So you need a special key in order to bleed this radiators. So you can get this at a DIY shop and you get a key. You can just ask at the counter and say, can I get a key to bleed my radiators? So what it is, you get the key, you open this up, you twist it, and then it lets the air out. Once it lets the air out, the water starts flowing in, because it's got a lot of air inside, because it's not being turned on during the summer. It's built up air, and it doesn't let the hot water come from the boiler to the heaters. So that's what's stopping it from heating up. Once you've let the air out, the water will then naturally come up and it will heat up the radiator. If you have any problems, any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, guys. Leave a comment. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and give me a thumbs up. Let me know how you get on.